Yo, what up guys? Welcome to Academia School Simulator Devlog number 14. It's your boy Neil, one of the programmers in Squeaky Wheel, an independent PC game development studio based in the Philippines. We have released the Alpha 4 of our game and I am very excited to share with you everything that we've worked on for the past months. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Let's start with the school creation panel. You still have the basic options here to design your own school logo, but we completely revamped the UI to make way for more customization options like gun frequency, we will talk about these troublesome fellows later, income options, which changes the tuition fee your students are paying, learning, which is basically how intelligent students should be for you to admit them, and down here, you can now choose your own school flag from the variety of selections we have here. In the miscellaneous column, you can choose your student's uniform, and we know that school can be tiring and stressful, so here you can choose your school pet, yes, they are rescued, to help you and your students through the emotional roller coaster that is school. Down here, you can choose from different principals with specific advantages and disadvantages to fully experience the game based on your preferred playstyle. Let's start the game and let's see what else we have. Would you look at that, such a beautiful artwork. Enjoy these sceneries by our artist and CEO Ryan Sumo whenever the game is loading. At the start of the game, you have the choice to go through the tutorial or skip. For now, let's skip the tutorial and name our lovely pet. Mine's a dog and I really love the name Azalea, such a cutie. That's just a few of the many updates we have, so let's load a save file to see more. Something is missing here. That's right, our school flag. You can build a school flag which can be found in the Objects menu. And you can also change the flag if you want. You might also notice that some of the UI doesn't look the same. In Alpha 4, one of our goals is to update the UI to make the design more consistent and to give more information in a clearer way. One of the changes is in the settings panel. We cleaned it up and made it single column and moved the other buttons to the top right of the HUD. In the settings panel, we also added a graphic settings where you can change different color parameters which will affect everything in the game, the characters, the UI, the objects, etc. You can also disable UI indicators and change your resolution of the game in the graphic settings. Another change we did is in the to-do panel. We added a section for tasks that you may have missed in the game. This includes broken objects, unfinished zones, kitchens without cooks, clinics without nurses, delinquents, sick students, and more. If you feel like you're missing something, feel free to check the tasks. We also updated the looks of the overall student panel, the student profile, the save and load panels, the user reports, and many more. Some UI makeovers are tied to additional features or design changes like the updates we did with the zones. You can now name your zones so you won't be confused by the dozens of zones you have in your school. As you can see, we also updated the details for each zone. You can now see more information such as required objects, the water and electricity cost of the zone, and set appropriate settings for each specific zone, like the gender and toilets. Another feature we added that will improve your school's efficiency is zone linking. You can link a kitchen to a cafeteria so that your cooks can work efficiently. You can also link a classroom to, say, a cafeteria or a vice principal, so that they won't go to the other end of the school just to have a bite, and thus be late in their next class. Wait, a vice principal? Yes, it's not easy being a principal, especially if your school is filled with delinquent students. To take the load off of your principal and to quickly set those students straight, you can create offices for vice principals. They pretty much act like principals when scolding students. Is your vice principal on the call? Yep, we also added more office animations because these staff are busy people. If you're wondering who the vice principal is talking to, perhaps it's the lawyer. Another character we added to help your school with legal matters and to expand your research opportunities. After researching the lawyer, you can sell your school, fire multiple staff at once, and expel students. Sell a school gives you the opportunity to create a new school with new settings if you want to start over without losing all the funds that you have worked hard to earn. Having a lawyer also gives you the option to buy more land to expand your school beyond the horizons to build more facilities and design the best school in all of Steam. Seriously, check these schools by our players. Even I can design a school to match those. Good job, everyone. Neil, how about teachers? They also work hard. Oh yes, we also updated the teachers and added traits. You can now hire lax teachers, funny teachers, boring teachers, demanding teachers, and of course our favorite, strict teachers. These teachers will affect how much students learn in each of their respective classes. Another thing we heard a lot from the community are students who drop out because of food. We heard you and we rebalanced the needs and the characters' priorities and made sure that students will prioritize their needs over other actions like relationships, because there is a lesser chance for food to break your heart. That said, we also added an option for you to set what kind of food you want to serve in your school. You can have superior food that students love and ensures that they go through the day with a healthy stomach but are quite expensive, or you can serve inferior food that are cheaper but may cause health issues. Issues which you can track in the clinic reports page. You can now see what causes the decrease in health of your students. One other reason that students might be sick is that you have unpaved floors that characters frequently walk on. You can remedy this quickly by placing floors on these tiles. You can also see the number of sick students if you hover your mouse on the overall student population icon in the top HUD. You can also see the number of delinquents here. Speaking of delinquents, we also updated delinquents and introduced food fight! Yes, you heard that right. Delinquents can now start food fights and wreak havoc in your cafeteria. That's going to be a real pain for the janitors. Well, I guess it's better than these students who hide in your school to smoke. Why are these students doing this? Wait, it's probably because of these goons that are silently entering your school premises to influence your students to become delinquents. But not on our watch. You can click on the goons to kick them out. But if you get tired, you can research goon removal and have your monitors kick them out for you. If there are still a lot of delinquent students, you can send them to do community service like cleaning the common area, cafeteria, or the toilet. But nothing is still as effective as counseling. Whoa, what is this pop-up right here? I can ignore it and lose prestige, but let's see what it is. We added dozens of events that you will experience throughout the year. This ranges from students from other schools having a brawl fight with your students to earthquakes. Yes, earthquakes that can destroy objects in your school. If you don't want to lose a lot of prestige by ignoring events, you can have your reliable lawyer to handle those events for you. Another major UI makeover we did is with the end of year panel. If you did well with your school, there is a chance for you to go up to a higher league of schools. Leagues are number of schools grouped by their prestige. The different leagues are Algae, Fern, Conifer, and Ivy, where only the top schools are qualified. We also added more information regarding your school's evaluation grades. Each grade can be expanded to see a summary of your students per year level similar to the exam results, number of dirty objects in your school, number of your janitors, number of delinquents and monitors, and how many of your graduates are accepted to different colleges and universities, and how many didn't admit to any. You also have a summary of your achievements to see completed achievements and a sneak peek on those that are still in progress. You can click here to open the achievements panel for more information. In the year-end report, we also added a timeline for you to track how your school is performing throughout the years. You can track different metrics like the number of students who either passed, failed, or dropped out throughout the years, the state of your funds, your rank and your rivals, the population in your school, and the average grades of your students per subject. We also revamped the exam results so that you can see who dropped out, who were expelled, and of course who passed and failed, per classroom in each year level. You can also select each student to see how they did in the final exams and to see their traits. Now that we've finished a school year and although we have more funds to work with, it can still be insufficient. You may think of taking a loan and see the updates we did. Higher loans can now only be unlocked based on your school's prestige, because banks need to be confident on your school before giving away thousands of dollars. If loaning is not an option and you notice that your electricity and water bills are racking up, you can research the different utility generating objects to make your school more self-sufficient, thus reducing your bills. Let's start the school year and see what more we can talk about. Hey, what's this? If you feel like your students are always late to school, that is probably because they are walking to school. Introducing a school bus. Help your students achieve greatness by arriving to school early. Lastly, we added more blueprint objects because nothing is better than a person with a plan. Whew, that's a lot of updates. Let's take a look at our school and whoa! Yes, we also added clouds along with all those updates. Who doesn't want to take a step back or zoom out to watch the clouds pass by as you think about how to make your school the greatest of them all? With that, thank you everyone for playing Academia School Simulator and for watching this video. We really appreciate it. And if you like what you see and you're liking the game so far, please do help us out by pressing that like button, tweeting about the game, sharing this video, and all that good social media stuff. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell beside it to be notified on the next dev vlog, which will be out in the next couple of months. With that, comment down below what you think of these updates and what is your favorite Academia moment so far. Thank you again, it's your boy Neil, and I'll see you in the next one.